Neither side is backing down, and neither side is making much sign of further communication. Sources say that China's Vice President Wang Qishan had been discussing a visit to Washington in early July to continue those trade negotiations. But in the wake of the president's threats over the last week, there has been no progress on that trip, and talks are fading of it even happening. That's according to my sources. But a senior administration official does say the ZTE deal is moving forward, with the Chinese telecom company making a $1 billion payment to the U.S. government. And that payment, I'm told, has cleared this week. But as talks with China drag, retaliation is coming back into view. Remember, there was this truce with China where they were going to hold off on retaliation for steel and aluminum tariffs. But that ended in the last week. So tariffs are coming back on from China on fruit, nuts, and wine. Then you have retaliation from Canada coming into play on July 1st, and tariffs from Europe beginning today. The EU will begin charging 25% on bourbon, peanut butter, orange juice, motorcycles, and playing cards. The total's just $3.2 billion in U.S. exports, but it comes from politically sensitive states: Kentucky, Wisconsin, and Florida. The EU Commissioner for Trade, Cecilia Malmström, said this week, quote, "We did not want to be in this position. However, the unilateral and unjustified decision of the U.S. to impose steel and aluminum tariffs on the EU means we are left with no other choice. Needless to say, if the U.S. removes its tariffs, our measures will also be removed." Now, people within the White House are talking about the fact that there hasn't really been a breakdown in polling on the president's economic policies. There still seems to be support for what he is doing and patience to see whether those results come in, although the next few weeks could be crucial as some of this retaliation comes into effect and could affect local economies on the ground. Guys, back to you.
Kayla, when I see items like sinks and playing cards on some of these retaliatory tariff lists, I just can't help but think, we talk about it a lot here in the U.S., the impact all of this could have on U.S. consumers, but it's going to impact consumers in all of these other countries as well.
It will, and for people who want to buy bicycle playing cards, which are manufactured in Kentucky, if they want to buy them in Europe, that's going to be an additional 10% tariff. Think about Kohler sinks coming from Wisconsin, the home state of House Speaker Paul Ryan. Stainless steel sinks and wash basins, those are going to cost 25% more if they pass those costs on to the consumer over in Europe. So there could very well be effects on both sides of the Atlantic here.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.